All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get our front porches built. Gotta fill it up, compact it, bring up the grade in front of it, cap it with concrete, and put in our posts and roof structure. So I know I didn't do any recording or video footage on the truss system. We've been working on it for about 4 weeks now. Just me and my dad. Pretty complicated. I didn't record it because I had a crane sitting here at 160 bucks an hour, and I had a 5-man crew here at 250 bucks an hour, so $410 an hour to have those guys here. I wasn't going to be messing around with the cameras. It was time to work. So what we got to do today is we're going to get the skid steer and put the rock bucket on it, and I've already been doing some of this. I'm going to be digging out of my gravel pile, sifting out the rocks, bringing the loose gravel out front with the payloader, cuffing it in with the excavator, and then tamping it with the tamper. So this is how the back looks. Just gonna do the same thing in the front, then top that off with some sand. So that's good enough for concrete subgrade. I'm within a 1/2 inch on the whole thing. If I was doing pavers, I'd spend a lot more time getting this perfectly level and perfectly packed. So let's take a look. So the intent with this is to cover this with concrete so I can get my roof trusses all built and put on. And then at a later date, we're gonna put a granite topper on this about 2 inches thick. So we got 8 inches below our door threshold there. So if we do 5 inches of concrete and 2 inches of granite, we'll be right at our threshold height. We also have a 1/4 inch per foot pitch from the house to the outside, and it's level this way from the door to this edge. So any water that gets in here will drain away from the building. Same thing on the front. I'm gonna go ahead and get the front filled up, put some sand in there, tamp that all in, get that just like this one, and then we'll show you what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna bend all these rebars back down to grab the slab. I'm gonna tie a rebar mat in here. Well, we got in a little bit of trouble yesterday because we got the front poured, we both loaded the front, we went to the back, and it's a deeper deck, so it was a little bit harder to pull the mud. And the back started to set up before we could get the bull float on it. So I didn't get any video because we were then fighting against time. But what we ended up doing was putting on a couple pieces of foam on here. And then we could walk on it, and we hand troweled the whole thing. So we had, from the time the truck showed up till the time we went upstairs and ate, was about 5 hours. So it was a lot of work, and probably was going to be worth the money to pay someone else to do it. But I couldn't get anyone out here. And the one guy that said he could come out wanted $3,000 for labor. So I wasn't going to spend $3,000 on labor when I knew I could do it myself. Even though doing it myself probably yielded a result that was not as nice. So instead of having a light broom finish, we have a light mag troweled finish, which has just a little bit of texture to it. So get some trowel marks, but so we're gonna go ahead and pull these front forms off and see how that looks, and then we're gonna put some saw cuts in this, and then we're gonna take a little vacation. So we'll divide this into thirds and snap some chalk lines and put a concrete blade in the worm drive, and then just go ahead and cut them. All right, so one thing I'm pretty bad at is finishing videos. It's 4 months later after we did the porches, so let's take a look at them, see how they come out. Saw cuts are nice and straight. Use the plywood for an edge to run my saw along. Surface textures slightly rough, enough for some traction. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with how it come out. We have a 1/4 inch per foot pitch going this way, and it's stayed very dry in the past 4 months. You can see the slope. If you look up along the house there, you can see the slope pretty obviously. It's enough that water drains off, but not so much that it's annoying to walk on. So there's the back one. Let's take a quick look at the front one. So here's the front. It's just like the back, just a little less deep. Same thing, 1/4 inch per foot pitch from the building out. So someday we'll probably throw some mortar on it and down here so it matches the mortar on the foundation all the way around. And the top will probably get dressed with maybe some bluestone or some granite or something, or maybe brick. Okay guys, I think that's going to be it for that video. Hopefully that helps you guys out if you decide that you're going to do your own concrete porch. I think I saved a few $1000s doing it myself, and it's not wood, so it's not going to rot and move around hopefully. And so the next video, there's a 30-inch pine stump inside those tracks there. So we took down 2 30-inch trees. I had about 54 feet of sawable logs. We threw them directly on the sawmill while they were still wet. Made a bunch of lumber out of them. And we did the roof over the porches. So this was my wife's idea, and I'm glad she talked me into it. So the next video hopefully will be covering how we built this. True timber frame. It's all pine, pegged with oak, and then stained. And then underneath, got 10 by 10 posts, 10 by 6 trusses. So stick around, check it out. It'll probably be a couple months before I get that video out, just because everything else in life is so busy right now. And in case you were wondering, the FL70 is kind of taking a little bit of a break. I did get the tag axle mounted on it. I've been using the old top kick this winter for hauling snow. That body will be going on this truck eventually. We're also going to have a couple videos coming out of the flatbed van doing its thing, and how I fabricated a plow mount for it, even though they don't make one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.